Hi, my name is Scott Boslevich. I'm with Hunter's Choices. Today we made a sun-dried tomato and Kamala olive crusted salmon on a bed of garlic spinach with an apple and sweet potato hash with fresh fennel in it. If you like this recipe and you'd like to see more, go to our hunterschoices.com on the web. You can see other recipes or order our DVD and enjoy cooking your wild game at home. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Scott Boslevich, and I'm here today for Hunter's Choices. Today we're going to be making a sun-dried tomato and Kamala olive crusted baked salmon with a goat cheese sauce and a fresh apple and sweet potato hash. So we're going to start out today with a sweet potato, and we're going to peel it real fast. To make the hash, we'll need to blanch the potato off. I have the water on getting hot right now. Hopefully in a minute it'll be boiling. When I'm saying blanch, I mean we're going to cook it until it's tender. And the reason we're doing that is because we're going to saute it in a frying pan to finish it, and the potato would be hard if we didn't blanch it. Alright, so we're going to dice this potato up, sweet potato. I cut a flat spot in the bottom and then I rolled it onto the flat spot so that I don't have the potato rolling around on me while I'm trying to cut it. You want a medium to large dice, so in case your potato does get a little bit soft, you don't lose the texture and the look of it. Alright, we'll just set that aside in the bowl while the water is still heating up. You want to make sure you don't do this too early because the potato is well brown. If it looks like it's going to be a long time, just put cold water on them and put them back in the fridge. Alright, we'll grab an apple, a little bit of red onion. I'm going to use red or white. I'm going to use red just so it shows up in the hash nice. And I think red onions are a little bit nicer, sweeter. Put that in a bowl, set it aside. Apple, we're going to make sure we take the sticker off. And we're going to core it. Now I'm leaving the skin on because I like the skin on there. It gives that a beautiful color. And you can use any kind of apples that you have at home, Granny Smith's, whatever brand you like. Just remember, some apples are a little bit softer than others, so they would need less cooking time. Get a nice dice going here. We'll put these in a bowl and set them aside. Alright. Water's real close to boiling. It's not quite there, so what we'll do is we'll get the bowl out and we can start the topping for the salmon crust. Alright, we're going to blanch the sweet potatoes. Dump them in the water. Put a little bit of salt in there to flavor them up. I'll just give it 5 or 6 minutes. We'll set a timer so that we don't forget. In the meantime, we'll get our topping ready for the salmon. Let's go with we're gonna go with a cup of Japanese breadcrumbs, panko. Fish out a couple olives. You don't want to stick your fingers in there because it'll contaminate your olives. And then when they sit in the fridge for a long time, all of a sudden they'll be contaminated. So we'll just pull out what we're going to need here. We'll cut these up. You don't want them in too small pieces, just a nice chop. Because you want to be able to see them in there. Then we'll grab sun-dried tomatoes, and I always use the ones in the olive oil already. They're a little bit softer. They are a little bit more expensive, but I think they have better flavor. I'm gonna place those up. That olive oil that they're in really picks up the flavor of the tomatoes, and it really helps. Dump that into the breadcrumbs. We're just going to put a colander in the sink to drain our potatoes when they're ready. We need a little bit of garlic in here, some pepper, we'll put just a touch of oregano in here, and a little bit of basil. If you have fresh basil or fresh oregano, it'd be perfect for in this dish too. We'll put a little bit of olive oil in. That'll moisten the breadcrumbs up. Just give this a stir. We're going to get our wonderful piece of salmon. I'll lay that out. I'm going to cut enough here for probably 3 people. Make 3 meals out. We'll grab a half pan and we'll spray it. Spray it with a little olive oil. And we'll set the fish on. Spray those with a little olive oil. Now we're going to season up the fish. A little bit of seasoned salt. That's a nice spicy seasoned salt from Penzeys. I'll put a little black pepper on. Then we're going to take our crust that we made with the sun-dried tomatoes and the Clamato olives and start spooning that on. You might have to take it with your hand so you can kind of pack it on. Because you want it to stay on top. The olive oil that we added to the crust is going to actually help the fish stay nice and moist. That's our 5-minute timer on the potatoes. We'll check those in a second. In the meantime, I'm going to throw the salmon in the oven. And we'll give that 15 minutes. at 350 degrees. I'll check our potatoes. Oh, they're perfect. So we'll just strain those. No need to rinse those because we're going to cook them right away and make the hash. We'll get our frying pan. We'll put some butter in it. We have it on a medium heat. Medium to high. Now we're gonna work on our sweet potato hash. I put a tablespoon of butter in the pan. We'll put our red onion in the pan. We'll get that sauteing. Saute for a minute while we get some seasoning salt out. Start seasoning it up. Our onions have started to brown, so we'll add our sweet potatoes. Our diced up apple. And more seasoning. A little bit more seasoned salt. A little bit more pepper. And we're just going to cook this until it's just a little on the mushy side. Actually, I have a little fresh fennel here that I'm going to chop up and add to our hash. So the way we like to roll around here is a little fresh herbs. It's going to taste marvelous with the apples. Sure, actually flipping the stuff in the pan is really easy once you get the hang of it. All you have to do is start off with an egg. Put a single egg in your pan with a little bit of oil. Pop it so that you don't have to worry about it flying all over. Cook it till it's almost completely done on the one side. Make sure that you got a good motion going. Then it's just a matter of flipping it a little bit. You don't want to flip it. You want to more roll it over. You're not trying to get height out of the pan out of it. What we're going to do is we're going to push this to the back burner now. Put it on low. And we'll bring a pan up front here to start the sauce. To start the goat cheese sauce, which is really simple. All we do is put a little heavy cream or a little bit of milk in the pan. We'll heat that up. Alright, now we're going to make the goat cheese sauce. All we have here is a little bit of milk. Or heavy cream works really well too. And we're just going to melt a little bit of goat cheese in it. Nice simple sauce, not too difficult. The hash you can make a day ahead if you're in a time crunch. You can make the apple sweet potato hash the day before and then just heat it up. In fact, you could even like microwave it in a cup and flip it upside down on the plate so you had a nice presentation. Goat cheese sauce here is only going to take a minute as our fish is finishing up in the oven. Tell you what else do you want. Put this on the back burner here. On the front burner here, we're gonna make a little bit of vegetable for our dish. A little bit of olive oil in the pan. Put a little bit of garlic in. Put just a handful of spinach in. We'll hit it with seasoned salt. Fresh pepper, ground pepper. When you're cooking spinach, you don't want to cook it too much because it just turns slimy. You want to just get it hot and just to the point where it's starting to change color, like we have here. This is perfect. Anything more and it'll start to get slimy. When I have the garlic in there to flavor it and the seasoned salt, it's going to be wonderful. We'll bring back our sauce over here.
Alright, since we had milk and not heavy cream, the goat cheese is melted, but it doesn't look quite thick enough. So what I did was I took a little bit of cornstarch and a little bit of cold water and I made a cornstarch slurry. And I'll just add just a touch of cornstarch and I'll tighten that right up. That should get nice and thick now. There we go. There we go. See how nice and thick it got? Nice and creamy and thick. And the goat cheese has enough flavor in it that I don't usually add anything to it. I don't want to overpower the cheese flavor, and I don't want to overpower the salmon flavor. And we have this beautiful apple hash, apple and sweet potato hash that we don't want to overpower. And then the fresh spinach for a vegetable on the plate. And you have all these different colors and textures. It's going to be marvelous. We'll just grab a plate here. That's our timer for the fish. I'll give it a check. Yeah. Push down on the fish a little bit and it starts to separate right away. It's nice and white and clear all the way through. The crust looks good. So we'll just plate it up. We'll take a cupful of the apple and sweet potato hash. We'll just pack it a little bit. And I'll pop that on the plate. We'll take our fresh spinach and put that on the bed, make a bed. And we'll take a piece of our salmon and just lay it across the spinach and across the plate. And we'll take just a little bit of the goat cheese sauce. I'll make a little puddle here and then we'll pour just a little bit over the top. That way this small amount of sauce that you have on top of the fish won't be enough, but you have a nice little puddle. Hi, my name is Scott Boslevich. I'm with Hunter's Choices. Today we made a sun-dried tomato and Kamala olive crusted salmon on a bed of garlic spinach with an apple and sweet potato hash with fresh fennel in it. If you like this recipe and you'd like to see more, go to our hunterschoices.com on the web. You can see other recipes or order our DVD. And enjoy cooking your wild game at home. Thank you.